All right, I'm hanging out with my pal Tommy Rant right here. What's up? Now, I heard a little rumor from a Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, that you snore.
What?
That's what he told me.
First off, if that bus is paying attention to me while I'm sleeping, that ain't strictly business. That's strictly weird.
That's kind of weird, right?
I ain't about that. Where'd you hear that from? Him? Her?
From him.
Her. Yeah. Listen, Buster. Listen, Chooch. You got my number. You know the time. Slime time.
Careful, Brandon Beretta is really good at suplexing big fat asses, so he might get you back, but you've been losing weight, so.
You look great.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, thank you, Tommy Red and Slimeball Sage over there.
Yo, they call me Dank, the lyrical titan. Stepping in the ring, spitting fire, igniting. From the square circle to the booth, I'm dominant. Unbreakable spirit, call me the king, I'm prominent. Beyond the barricade, the podcast bumping. Real talk, no gimmicks, ain't no time for slumping. Grinding day and night, always something to prove. Elevating the game, that's the Dank move. Check 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining. Resolute, run deep, instilled the fight. Never back down, always standing upright. In the ring or on the track, same intensity. Delivering knockout blows lyrically. 1, 2, this ain't no illusion. Dropping truth bombs, causing a commotion. From the canvas to the charts, I'm climbing. Champion mindset, always shining.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Dank, and today I have a very special guest. Let me bring to you the one, the only, Tony Dabs. What's up, brother?
Man, same old, same old.
Same old, same old. It is starting to feel like summer already, right?
Oh yeah, especially down south.
Yeah, I bet. I probably what? How many degrees is it down there right now?
There's been a few days of 90, 95 already.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Damn, we're still in the 70s.
Yeah, we can't get that lucky down here.
Freaking New York. All right, let's get into it now. You've been in the business 29 years.
Yes.
And so tell me, how did you fall in love with professional wrestling? Who were some of the greats that you watched?
Well, I actually grew up in the business. My stepdad was involved in it. So at the age of 3, I was going from show to show with him.
Okay.
Then got involved, started training at like 14. And then I got lucky enough that I was trained by the athletic commissioner, so I was able to actually start at 16. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I started in October of 96, which I would have turned 16. I turned 16 that following November. So I turned 16 in November of 96. So I actually started wrestling at 15. So.
Wow. That's amazing, man. So young, huh?
Yeah. I feel it too.
I'm sure you do. All right. Let's go over a couple of events that are coming up, right?
Yes.
We have the FEW Tag Team Championship match. Tell me what's going on here.
4 young, hungry guys. The 2, CJ and Kale, they have only been in the business, I'd say roughly 6 months, 6 or 8 months. They're out of Memphis Championship Wrestling. They'll be debuting this Saturday, and then Elijah Owens and Brandon Young. They actually just became a tag team out of the blue and ended up winning the titles. So it's just kind of a spur of the moment thing with those. But It's going to be wild.
That's awesome. All right. Then we have those guys look familiar, no?
Yeah.
Let everybody know what's going on.
So everybody in my area already basically knows that Dakota and Hunter both are my sons. I trained them. They've been in the business around 2 years. Of course, they grew up in it as well. Then you have Izzy Rotten and Daniel Nova, which are seasoned vets. They doing some little dirty stuff with them right now, but it's all in learning. So this is more of a, I guess you would say, a grudge match between these four. They've actually bagged them and put bags over their heads and tried to suffocate them and everything now. So it's
Oh,
Dakota and Hunter's shooting for payback. So we'll
that's
see. We'll see how that goes.
that's terrible, man. I can't believe they would do that. Yeah, there's some stuff going on here. All right, let's get into Serena's question over here while I try to like get myself used to my surroundings over here. Being in the business for 26 years, what's some of the best advice you've received?
The best advice I received was, at the end of the day, we're all the same.
Okay.
You're no better than your opponent. You're no better than your referee. It takes three in a singles match. It takes three people to make a match. You have your heel, your baby, and your ref. Without your opponents, your referee, you're nothing. Never let it go to your head ever. Of course, with me starting so young, that was one of the problems that I had. I let it go to my head,
Mhm.
and I got I got put in my place a couple of times real fast. So I learned not to let an ego take me somewhere I didn't need to go.
Right. Now, man, I'm glad you brought that up because being in your business as a professional wrestler, you get a lot of attention, whether as a baby or a heel.
Right.
It could get to a lot of people's heads. That's why, like
Oh yeah.
it's just that type of business.
Both of my boys are young. Dakota's 20, Hunter's 19. They both started. Like I said, they're Hunter's been working about a year longer than Dakota,
Mhm.
but they kind of the same situation.
Right.
I told them, you can't let this go to your head, and so far they're thriving. Like they're one of the hottest tag teams in the tri-state area right now.
Right.
They have good level heads on their shoulders. They listen, they learn, they do as many seminars as they can. When
That's
it's
important.
available. So they're going about it the right way.
Yeah, 100%. What was your in the 29 years? Serena keeps saying 26. In the 29 years, what was your most difficult match you had, and why?
Hmm.
Like, why was this particular match was difficult? Was it the opponent? Was it the match itself?
Uh, I really don't have one in general. I mean, not one that sticks out. I've been in the ring with people that, of course, don't know what they're doing, and of course, that is
Okay.
difficult. Um, just try to end it as fast as you can. Get
Right.
out of there safe without hurting you or the other person.
Right.
Uh, just try to protect yourself because you don't want to end up paralyzed. So you're not going to do anything stupid, and especially when you're in there with somebody that hasn't been trained or trained long enough, doesn't know what they're doing.
Right.
You want to get in and get out as fast as you can.
Right. Now, as a process, when you're training, your trainer's supposed to basically sign off that yeah, you're ready to go, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And nowadays, it's a lot easier to get trained than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, of course.
Yeah.
But uh,
More schools, obviously.
oh yeah, absolutely. And if the commission, which Mississippi has a commission, but they really shoot for boxing, MMA, stuff like that. But in all actuality, if a commission would actually come in and make sure that these guys are trained or had specific schools that were licensed to train and get these guys right, then
Right.
a lot of the bad seeds would end up in there. But luckily, it's thinned itself out.
Okay. Your thoughts on the WWID program?
I like it. It's something new. Of course, we didn't have that 20 years ago. Uh, I'm friends with Aaron Roberts, which is a WWID guy from Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's a good thing. They're helping develop. You know, they're developing these guys instead of sending them to NXT. They're developing them on the Indies and having them work more of the developmental guys
Right.
without being in the actual developmental territory. So they're actually able to travel to all these other promotions and work and do shows, but they're being billed as a WWID prospect. So
Right. And they're crossing over because I've seen some of these talent wrestle people from AEW.
right, yeah, and
Everybody knows the issues between WWE and AEW is consistent, but they're letting their prospectors basically wrestle AEW talent.
right, and then they got what Evolve now. A lot of a lot of the that's basically ID prospects
Yeah. I know a
on
couple
there.
myself.
Yeah. Um, we worked with Cappuccino Jones, Aaron Roberts, and I keep Sean Legacy. We done a show with them about 2 months ago, I guess.
Okay.
Super easy. Like all of them were really, like I said, we know Aaron, but
Yeah.
Sean and Cap Jones, really down to earth guys. Easy to get along with, and they were one of the good things is they were handing out advice to the younger talent, which is always a plus. So
100%. Now, is the goal for parental advisory, your children, to be part of the program? Is that what they're aiming for?
uh, yeah, I believe so. And at this rate, wrestling's the hottest that it's been
It
ever
is.
to me.
It is.
There's more buzz. I'll be 45 years old in November, so I literally grew up in this business for 42 years plus. You know, I don't remember this many people ever talking about wrestling the way they are now. So wrestling to me now is the hottest thing going. So I think any young talent that's out there, learn their craft, get their gear. Gear appearance is a plus. Don't go out there looking like you climbed out of the front row.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
have professional gear. You know, look the look. Show up early, stay late. You know, at the shows, learn as much as you can, and I think that everybody should shoot for the ID program right now.
Yeah. 100%. I know few people that are actively pursuing
Right.
the IT programs, including Izzy, who's got her own fame in the world today. So I saw that when they were doing the GCW shows in Vegas, man.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I said. I mean, I I've never seen wrestling this hot.
Right.
Like so.
So obviously you mentor your kids who are in the business as well. Are you kind of like their agent too, like looking where they should go and what they should
I
do?
I do have a say so in a lot of their stuff. I don't allow them to go places that I don't feel safe.
Okay.
Just simply because I didn't really have someone that told me no
Right.
because we were traveling 6 days a week when I first started.
Right.
So I didn't have someone tell me, don't go here, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. But yeah, I try to keep them. I try to keep them under my wing a little bit, just simply because I don't want them to get out there and get hurt. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want them to ruin any chances that they may have by screwing up and going in the ring with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing.
All right,
So,
we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. We've been very
uh,
serious up until now. Tell me a good rib story that happened either to you or to someone you knew.
it was back like there was really I was the always the youngest guy.
Uh-huh.
So uh, a lot of the older guys didn't rib
Really?
locally. Yeah, I mean they did, but it wasn't like I can't really honestly think
Yeah.
of anything because, like I said, I mean I was the youngest, so I was always underage. In other words, they knew that they couldn't do a whole lot legally, but I really there really ain't many. I mean, uh, nothing off the top of my head.
Okay. Raja says, "What's up, young man? Tony Dabs.
What's up, man?
What's up, Raja? Make sure you like and subscribe, Raja." All right. The best place that you wrestled in. What was that place, and what made it so great for you?
Current, currently, the
Up, Cole?
best promotion that runs steady would be EPW. They have regional TV. They just done a show. Crossroads Clash had JBL, Ron Simmons,
Yeah,
Heath Slater.
yeah.
Um,
Neil's been getting a lot of talent over there. I was
yeah,
looking Camille, Latimer. I'm like, well, look at
right.
Neil go. He's going for the gold.
Yeah. So a little behind the scenes, I'm the reason Neil's in the business. Neil and I went to school together.
Really? Okay,
Uh,
awesome.
um, of course, I had the ties into wrestling. He had he had a PA system, so he volunteered to do music for the promoter that I was wrestling for. So
Okay.
that's basically how he got in.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
of course, we trained. Uh, I ain't gonna say that I trained him, but we trained together. You know, I got him in.
Right.
I had already started wrestling before he got in, but we worked out together. You know, traveled together, tagged together, the
Right.
whole 9 yards. But he's got a good thing going.
He does.
He he keeps a lot of young talent, and that's always a plus. My boys love it there, and that's that's EPW is one of the promotions that I would let my boys go anywhere
Right.
in the United States with.
Right.
So
Awesome. Yeah, we like Neil and EPW here. Good stuff. What were some of the best places you got to wrestle, like as far as states in? Like what made it so special to wrestle in certain places?
so of course hometown Tupelo. I actually got to work Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee in Tupelo where the concession stand brawl, not in the
Really?
building, but
Right.
in the town, same town, which is where I live.
Wow.
I actually got to tag up and work them in the historic Tupelo where the concession stand brawl took place. So that that match stands out as one of the I guess all time greats, just as a childhood fantasy type thing.
Okay.
But states,
I gotta get this out of here. Go ahead. I'm
I would,
listening to you. I gotta
I
move this
would,
thing out of
yeah,
here.
I'd have to say Mississippi. I mean, I've always been loyal. The fans
Hmm.
here know me. Uh, I'd have to say North Mississippi's like
Okay.
simply just because I mean it's hometown. Uh, I've wrestled in Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Florida.
Have you been to the Northeast?
No, no. So I'm scared of flying. I don't.
Wait,
I don't. I missed my opportunity. Doug Gilbert was going to take us to Japan in '97. Uh,
really?
Missed that opportunity because I don't fly. So honestly, there's no telling what it could have turned into. I mean, he was working for Wing, the promotion Wing at the time,
Right.
but yeah, we and I screwed it up for everybody. They didn't want one or two; they wanted all.
Right.
So if all of us didn't commit, then nobody went. So I screwed it up for all of us because I don't. I mean, I just I don't fly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Well,
If I can't drive or ride a bus or something, I ain't going.
gotcha. All right. If you could start your own faction consisting of any wrestlers, who would you choose? Not a bad question. 29 years in the biz.
I would run NWO 2.0 back. I mean, I know Hogan gets a shit ton of heat right now,
Oh,
but
especially right now.
yeah,
Like
I mean,
within the last 24 hours.
yeah. So, uh, yeah, I think I'd run NWO back, but I mean, you could take Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, pull Mox from AEW, uh, maybe Obafemi, somebody like that. Some of the
Wow.
younger hard hitters.
I didn't
You
expect
could,
you to say Obafemi. I mean, I agree with you. I didn't expect you
yeah,
to pull Obafemi from NXT. Okay.
yeah. Which I'm not too current on like NXT. I don't watch AEW. I don't watch it. I watch WWE occasionally. I'm not up to par on a lot of the TV stuff right now, just because
Gotcha.
I've I fell off. I had a heart attack in July 2023, so I had that happen. I not really lost passion, but different different aspect of life. Like it opens your eyes on
Yeah.
other things.
You see things differently, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't. I still wrestle. I'm still active. I don't wrestle near as much. 2 weeks after my heart attack, I had actually had two stents put in, but 2 weeks after my heart attack, I
Don't tell me.
wrestled.
No, I was about to say, don't tell me you went to go wrestle.
Yeah, I wrestled Hunter, my youngest son. So I mean, like it wasn't. It was one of his first few matches, so it wasn't nothing too dramatic. But and I felt great. I just uh, probably shouldn't have been out there, but
Yeah,
oh
please be
well.
careful, man. We just
Oh
lost one
yeah,
of our brothers over here in New Jersey not too long ago.
right. Yeah, like I said, I've slacked off. I know, I know my boundaries now, so uh, I let the younger ones
Yeah,
do most of the work now.
let them handle it. But it seems like you did a great job, and you got your boys, man.
Oh
Just
yeah,
steer
yeah,
them in the right direction, man.
yeah, for sure. They're like I said, they're probably one of the hottest tag teams in this area, and I'm not talking just North Mississippi. I mean, granted they haven't got out and traveled a whole lot yet, but they're in the process. We're working on
Working on it.
some other shows. Get their names out a little bit further and see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, I hope they come up here sometime in the near future to New York or New Jersey.
Yeah,
So
they're rambunctious. They're adventurous. They're ready for it. So I was
Awesome.
like, we can drive, we can go.
Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. All right, Tony, thank you for joining me tonight. Let everybody know where they can follow you and let them know what you got going on next.
All socials, shoot name Tony
Tony
Dabs.
Dad. It's a cool name, by the way.
Uh, Also FEW Family Entertainment Wrestling on Facebook. Check it out. That's a little behind the scenes promotion that I run or that I own. Me and the boys own it. We run. We only run monthly shows right now. So also EPW. Check it out.
Yep.
EPW wrestling.ms.com. Check those guys out. A lot of dates. A lot of dates filling up. Uh, summer's packed. So
Summer's
everything
packed.
should be good. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, man. Thank you for joining me tonight. And
Yes, sir.
as for me, what I got coming up, I got a podcast coming up next. I can't say his name. But I'm gonna read it. I should have put the flyer up. It is, man. There's a lot of flyers. Monoxide.
Mm.
There you go. Monoxide is coming up next, and there's a lot of stuff coming up. All right, and tomorrow night I have Viral Estrange coming on tomorrow night at 7. Followed by this guy who I know pretty decently, Travis Norbert, the head state of the athletic commission, where there's no athletic commission. So I'm going to ask him about that, what that means. My friends at NYWC up here in Long Island, New York, just announced that this June they will be presenting the ID Showcase featuring WWE ID title tournament matches on June 8th. Get your tickets, NYWC Pro Wrestling. And at the end of this month, they will have Friend or Foe coming up on May 31st. So get your tickets for that. But before that, I want to give a shout out to my friends at SICW Wrestling. They have the Fan Fest 3 coming up on May 16th and the 17th. On the 16th is actually the Bill Apter Show. On the 17th is the Hall of Fame. The Fan Fest itself in the morning, followed by the Hall of Fame, followed by the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal. And the winner of that will get the Bruiser Brody Cup, presented by Barbara Goodish, Bruiser's widow, that night. Over here in New Jersey, we have the Chosen One tryouts, hosted by Time Championship Wrestling and Sonny Ono, Perry Saturn, and the Tokyo Monster. The winner of that will win a round trip ticket to Japan, dojo experience, and even participate in some promotions out there. So if you're interested in signing up, if you're a professional wrestler, it is $200 fee. It starts at 9 o'clock, and go to Time Championship Wrestling to register. After that, we will have Rise of the Titans from Time Championship Wrestling that night as PJ Savage takes on Michael Fain for that TCW Heavyweight Championship. Whew, I'm running out of breath, but I got one more thing to say. Coming up in July, NYWC presents Rising Stars Women's Wrestling. Legit Layla Hirsch is going to be in the crowd. In the crowd in the show, as well as Zoe Sky, Vicious Vicky Venuto, who's been seen on TNA, Amity LaVey, who is making a name for herself up here in the Northeast, and also Lulu La Reina, come out of Chicago, who wrestles a lot in Texas, will be here for that event. Her first time in Long Island, New York, man. A lot of stuff happening up here.
Seems like it's busy.
It's busy, but I'm excited to be there for the ID tournament.
Oh yeah,
and just
those
hanging
guys.
out.
Yeah, those guys put on a hell of a show. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody in that area should go check it out.
I'm excited. They already said that Kylie Ray will be here that night, and Marcus Mathers, who I met maybe like a year ago, who is actually really good. wrestler. Like, really good. So definitely, if you're in the area, go get your tickets and come to this show. All right, Tony, we are out of here. Everybody else, have a good night. Tony, hold on for a minute. I'll see everybody soon.